Well, let's look around the desktop for a few moments and kind of get our orientation. Over in the upper right-hand corner, we have something called the Notification Center. And, if this was your personal Macintosh computer and you were subscribing to news bulletins from CNN or Fox News or USA Today, you would see these little update notifications show up here. Your calendar, if it was, your puppy's birthday today, and you have that on your calendar, the notification would show up over here. Sometimes you'll see notifications about software updates, and they can be kind of annoying because, well, it kind of takes an administrative faculty person to be able to put in those software updates, and we're trying to make sure that we switch those things out. Uh, the notification center, by the way, is new in Mac OS 10 Mountain Lion, and we're just trying to learn to cope with it. Next is something called Spotlight. And Spotlight is a really helpful feature in that it allows you to find things on your computer. It can be documents, it can be applications, whatever. And we'll talk a lot about Spotlight later, even in this assignment and other assignments in the class. Uh, Next to that is something called, it shows you what account you're in. You should be in, it should say HSJC student account. If it's another account, probably someone was working on the computer in the administrative mode and forgot to log out. And you probably want to get out of that and go to the student account because, well, things are set very differently in the administrative account. Sometimes students will say, oh gee, I don't have to log out, I can just click on the log in window here. That's really a bad idea, and that's something I don't want to encourage people to do because it creates problems later on when we're trying to power the machines down at the end of the day. Okay, you probably see the date, the day, and the time. Sometimes the time may be a minute or two off on the various computers, although we try to lock them to a time standard. The university tends to block time standards for some unknown reason. If your clock is more than an hour off, please let your instructor know because that means we need to go in and make some modifications. Okay, next we have this little thing, and it may not be on all computers, but most computers will have it. This is a gadget that lets you look at, well, first off, I'll look at the keyboard, and you can look at the font that you're currently using, and it shows you where the characters are. Well, okay, that's not real helpful. But if I hold the Option key down, you can see that there are additional characters inside that key set that you're working with. And this can be real helpful if you need a copyright symbol, or you're doing mathematical equations and things like that. You can find these characters very quickly on your keyboard. Now, one more item is the character view. And in character view, there are lots of little hidden gizmos and doolollies and things like that that you can access for your documents. And this is one way to find it very quickly. And we can go through and, you could never have too many smiley faces. And well, you can just basically click on this and drag it into wherever your document is. And you have your little characters and your little emotions, your symbols and things like that. Even Latin characters. So that can actually be very helpful. Now, you won't be seeing this because I'm running off of a battery on my laptop, but you will have the volume control. You can change the volume on your computer at this point. This guy works with the wireless setup. It should be turned off in the lab. If it's turned on, and it's not on where it says Troy University Journalism, you're on the wrong network and you're not going to find the things that we have on our network. But in general, if it's on, you just basically want to make sure that it's turned off because we're using the wired Ethernet connection. This is set up for the mouse that's in the lab. Some of the computers have wired mice that are connected up, and in that case the Bluetooth will be turned off, but this is the Bluetooth symbol. Other computers are using the wireless mic, and they are using the wireless connection. This deals with something called time machine, and the computers in the lab do not have time machine connected to it. And this little gadget you will not have on your computer. This is what I'm using to record the videos in my that we're using in this class. Well, there's more to talk about, and we'll do that in the next video.